I grew up Fukushima Prefecture, which is very countryside in Japan. So honestly, until 18, I guess even I haven't seen almost any foreigners. So I grew up really like a small community, but still, I say, speaking about the culture of Japan, how I feel is people are not at least hugging each other, even between like kids and parents. So of course, love should exist anywhere. However, I didn't have much time to experience it. I went to a college on computer science. It's a really small college, but specialized in computer science. And at first, I was just studying, and one time I felt I want to study in US. And I heard there is one professor who is our head of English department is having a Bible study, and I felt that's a great chance to study English for free, even though I wasn't interested in Christianity, but at least it encouraged me to go to his Bible study. I went to the Bible study session every Sunday, and one of the episodes I didn't like at that time was about prodigal son, because there are two brothers, and one brother did whatever he wanted to do. However, at the end of the story, he was just forgiven and accepted by his father. And when I heard about it, I really felt I can't accept Christianity at all, because it really denies the existence of many things I believed, like, I don't know, like in a way, hardworking, effort, and many things. So I seriously felt like Christianity is something I would not believe in at that time. So I came to US in 2008, and I started my master's degree. And I think I worked hard as I expected, or more than I expected. I really love the culture in US and how people work hard, research, and study. So I was, I think, successful. And then in 2011, then I started my PhD program. And even after starting PhD program, I think pretty much I really felt many professors liked me, and also they really took care of me. So I really felt my life would be very successful in the future, and also at least I would become an assistant professor. In a way, I realized I wanted to be respected by other people so that I can feel loved by other people. So I wasn't so sure becoming researcher and working research is the only way what I can spend my life once I realize I might be able to become professor, or at least assistant professor, or do some research work. But then in 2011, I got my mental depression. At first, I wasn't so sure what's going on, but one of my classmates, when I was in a PhD program, told me, "Yoshi, you look really pale." But I felt like, okay, I'm just tired. But he told me I should maybe talk with like counselor at the university. And I went to I booked and then talked with a counselor. And then in one of their tests, I found out I couldn't even do like a single digit multiplication, even though I'm more like a, say, mathematical, like a economist. It's more like I was basically daily life. I used to solve differential equations, myself, but I was really confident about it, and I was really trusting knowledge, intelligence. I wouldn't lose if I have it. Money I might lose, but I thought knowledge I wouldn't lose it. But by having that kind of anxiety, I couldn't see anything positive about the future. And one day, Tom contacted me since he had retired as his professor's job in Japan, and he came back to US, and he asked me to become he's basically student again. So Tom started consulting business for young professionals in US by himself, and then I became his student. And at first, I just again wanted to learn English from him. So I didn't learn anything through my life. I didn't get improved, honestly. So, but Tom patiently had taught me about many important things to become mature, but not like aggressively. He didn't like pull me to become Christian, but still he patiently, little by little, taught me about small things about Christians. So after I came back to Tom as a student, I think 1 year passed, and then one day he told me he got a bone cancer. It was I think October 28th, 2015, and then I was very shocked. But on the very day he was diagnosed as a bone cancer, especially the very active one, he told me he really loves me and he really cares me, and not just also me, but also same time he told me still, but he trusts God. He wasn't nervous at all. He was even told me he have no concern. God has a great plan always on him. So that's just part of it, God's plan. And I was shocked because I was thinking Christians are the group of nice people. So totally one most important piece I didn't understand was God. They are just nice people. But once I understand how much Tom is trusting God, everything, all pieces came together. Tom is not just a nice person, but Tom is a believer. And God is so great, because I don't know any guy who was diagnosed as a bone cancer and same day he believes in God, and then he accepts everything beside Christians. Then finally I understood Christianity is beyond something I didn't understand at all before, but something which would be able to change my life. I think the big change was when I became 29. On my birthday, I had our career consulting session, and I thought I really want to change. So I told Tom how I can become a Christian. Usually I just talk with Tom, but Tom's wife suddenly jumped in our Skype session, or Skype like a discipleship, and then she asked me the questions whether I believe I'm saved through Jesus, and I said yes. And I think there were multiple more questions, and suddenly she told me, "Hey Yoshi, you are Christian." And first I didn't really understand whether that's a right way to become Christian or not, but at least at that time I truly believed in Jesus saved me. It was October in 2016. I was looking for jobs since I got a green card through my research work. So I was ready to work at any company without having visa. So I started looking for a job, and I was actually applying for many jobs and getting interviews, but I couldn't get job. And I asked Tom what I can do, or what should I do. If I really believe in God, why don't I use the greatest power to find a job instead of just looking at job description and applying, just hitting a button? Right now it's easy to apply for jobs. So then after I was told so, every morning I spend at least like 2 hours to read the Bible and pray to God. And I really asked God, any job, even though I wanted certain type of job, like a consultant data, like an analyst, that kind of job. But I just asked God, any job, if He gives me, I would appreciate and take it, since God's plan is always better than my plan. And interesting is, within 2 weeks, I got a job, which is the very job I want, consulting job in Raleigh. After I moved to North Carolina, I was looking for a church I really want to belong to. But since a pastor at the church I used to go at the church in Wyoming, he didn't know any church around here or any pastor around here. So I need to look for a church myself, and then I counted up the number of churches. It was, I think, something at least below 100. If I could, yeah. So what I thought was, if I spend, for example, 1 year going to 2 services every Sunday, I felt eventually I will find a church I really want to belong to. But again, Tom gave me a stop sign, and that was right, because what I should do is, as people know, starting from prayer, not praying after I did something. It's more like regretting and asking, basically, God something, telling God I'm sorry. But Tom told me I should really pray and then open the Google Map or whatever tool, and then just click, and go to the church's website and see whether that's something I feel. I did it, that assignment, and I found Antioch. After I went to Antioch, I really liked it. I even couldn't explain exact what factor I really liked about Antioch, but so much I feel like people are so much passionate, and even the size of the church and what Colby was talking about, and people, everything somehow fit together. I became a Christian when I was 29, and for 29 years, I think I faced many challenges, like mental depression, like a no belief in my life. But once I started to believe in God, I really felt it's like a prodigal son, which is my, how do you say, the story I hated most when I was young, but I really experienced it. God loved me, or God has been loving me, even though I was saying no for many years and doing whatever things I wanted to do. However, once I looked at God and apologized and asked Him, I want to become Christian, He accepted. I am Yoshi Igarashi. This is my testimony.